he's a three-time Super Bowl champ, and now he's a marathon runner. You know him as Tedy Bruschi, and part of Tedy's team, Melinda Sarkis. Guys, how are you feeling today?
I feel great. I'm not as dressed up as Melinda is and as colorful, but we're both very excited, ready to run. Our whole team's here, very excited.
And your whole team actually looks pretty colorful and
It is
and ready to run.
It's a color.
So-
Runners are a different breed.
A different breed.
So-
Oh, well, compare the runner to the football player.
Football players can't last the distance most of the time. There is an old saying in football that the season isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. So you sort of compare it to the marathon runner because of the endurance that they have, how they're able to continually compete and push themselves for 26.2 miles. But football players are more burst and done.
Okay. Now, Tedy's team, you started years ago. So
Yes.
give people at home that don't have a sense of what Tedy's team is. What's it all about?
It's for the American Stroke Association. We raise funds for awareness and stroke research. We have some stroke survivors on the team, and most of our members, if not all, run for a stroke hero, someone that has motivated them, someone that they're running for, to really just give them hope and give them encouragement that everyone's with you and we're all crossing the finish line together.
And so, Melinda, this is not your first year with Tedy's team. Talk about your experience with Tedy's team and who you're running for.
It is my 4th year now, and I'm running for my mom. She's my stroke hero. She had a stroke 4 years ago, unfortunately, and I made a bet with her, which was probably the best thing I ever did. I said, if you can ever walk again, I will run the Boston Marathon. We shook pinkies, and she started walking 7 months out of the hospital, and I started running.
It's amazing. Okay, so here we are. It's Hopkinton. It's the 118th. It's happening. What are you guys feeling inside right now?
Well, there's a lot of adrenaline in the house, and there's a lot of adrenaline in our team, but we're still trying to stay calm because you don't want to go out there at the beginning. We're told, John Fury, our coach, is telling us not to go out too fast because it's a long race, so we're still just trying to contain ourselves as best we can, but I think that's impossible.
I think it's impossible to contain you here jumping up and down, Melinda. Okay, so what is the point? You've run many marathons. Boston is obviously one of the most difficult. What's the point that sort of is the hardest, and what's the one where you say, I got this?
I think when you get out of bed is the hardest, and then the second you put your foot on the floor and the other foot on the floor is the easiest. You just keep going, one foot in front of the other. So
in somewhere in the back of your mind while you're running and as you've been training, I'm sure you've been thinking about last year as well. You are one of the 5,000 or so that wasn't able to finish last year.
Yep, but you know what? I think it's what I wrote on the back of my shirt. You start strong and you finish stronger, and this year it's just there's no any other thing except for we will finish, and that's just it.
Okay, so we know Melinda's a very colorful lady. Okay, so now we have to ask people who don't know Tedy. Tell us something about Tedy that people don't know.
He can do cartwheels.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do anything for my team. If they ask me to do
Anything for your
something,
team. No,
yes.
you've raised some unbelievable money for Tedy's team. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, over $3 million, I think it is now total since 2005, 2006, our first team, and we've just grown and proud to be a part of the Boston Marathon. The BAA's been great to us, and not just us, but all of the charities that are running today are running for more of a special sort of tone today. We all remember last year whether we were running and got stopped, or you ran and you finished, or you were there, or we were at the Lenox, our team was. I think the whole thing about Boston Strong, the theme, that's the way it's been for the whole year, and now we're all going to finish together today.
The spirit feels great. Everyone is remembering and everyone is running. Guys, thank you so much. We will be cheering you on. What's the first thing you're going to do when you cross the finish line? What are you going to eat?
The first thing I'm going to do is when I get to the Lenox Hotel, I told them to have me a burger ready for me, so that's what I'll be eating.
Bruschi will be eating a burger. Melinda, how about you?
Bubbles for sure.
Okay, Bubbles Sir. Guys, thank you so much. We're cheering you on. Tedy's team, Tedy Bruschi, you all know him. Melinda Sarkis, Tedy's team, we will be cheering you on. I'm Jenny Johnson for Boston.com and Globe.com. We have more coming to you from the marathon all day, so make sure to continue to tune in.